Hello everyone! Привіт всім! Сьогодні для роботи нам потрібен ваш підручник на сторінці 127-128. І поговоримо ми сьогодні з вами про Алана Мілна та його відомий твір Вінні the Pooh. І почати наш урок я хочу словами із цієї чудової книжки. Promise me you'll always remember you are braver than you believe, and stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Обіцяй мені, ти завжди пам'ятатимеш. Ти сміливіший, ніж вважаєш, сильніший, ніж здається, і розумніший, ніж ти думаєш. А почнемо ми урок із вправи 4 на сторінці 127. Запишіть, будь ласка, в зошит. Unscramble the words to make sentences. Write them in your notebook. Переставте слова, щоб утворити речення. Запишіть ці речення у зошит. Отже, давайте згадаємо декілька правил. Перше. Англійське речення будується чітко за схемою. Спочатку підмет, потім що підмет робить, тобто має стояти присудок дієслову, далі другорядні члени речення. Між підметом і присудком можуть стояти в реченні вставні слова. Такі слова в цих реченнях є. Це слова often, usually, sometimes, always. Ну і підказка. Якщо в реченні ви бачите слово написане з великої букви, це означає, що з цього слова буде починатися речення. Давайте розглянемо з вами приклад. Often Sarah about talks books her friends with. Отже, слово Сара, ім'я стоїть, написано з великої букви. Отже, Sarah, далі вставне слово often. Sarah often що робить? Talks, розмовляє. Розмовляє про що? About books, з ким? With her friends. Отже, маємо речення. Sarah often talks about books with her friends. Запишіть це речення, а друге, третє, четверте, п'яте і шосте зробіть самостійно. Для того, щоб працювати далі, нам треба з вами познайомитися із Vocabulary Box на сторінці 128. Отже, page 128. Achievement, essay, inspiration, success, achieve, inspire, noble, due to something. Achievement, essay, inspiration, success, achieve, inspire, noble, due to something. Поставте відео на паузу, запишіть слова та їхній переклад.
Alan Alexander Milne was born in London in 1882. His father was the headmaster of a small preparatory school. Milne was the youngest of the family 3 sons. Milne had got the only a child, Christopher Robin. The Milnes bought him a teddy bear for the first birthday. The teddy bear was named Winnie after a real-life bear that lived at London Zoo. Alan Milne wrote a lot of poems for Christopher Robin and about him. Christopher Robin and his teddy bear gave Milne materials for his famous book Winnie the Pooh.
Отже, ми прослухали з вами коротеньке аудіо про Алена Мілна і як з'явився Вінні Пух. А тепер ми попрацюємо з вами із справою 6 на сторінці 127-128. Вам треба буде прослухати аудіозапис і вибрати, яке із трьох A, B, C пропущено в реченні. Отже, поставте відео на паузу, відкрийте свій підручник на сторінці 127, уважно прочитайте речення, а потім прослухайте та виберіть.
Page 127, Task 6b. Listen about the popular author.
Alan Alexander Milne was born in London in 1882. At the age of 11, he won a scholarship to the Westminster School. Then he went to Cambridge University and became an editor of the university paper. By 1906, he had worked as an editor at Punch, a classic British humor magazine. When World War I started, he joined the army and served in France. Here he wrote his first play, which was produced in London in 1917. By 1919, Milne completed one book and several plays. Some of his plays were staged in London, and one of them even in New York City. Milne became well known as a popular London playwright. In 1920, his son Christopher Robin Milne was born. It was the event that changed the history of children's literature. In 1923, Milne began to work on a collection of poems for children. The result was When We Were Very Young, published in 1924. In 1926, he added to his success with the publication of Winnie the Pooh. Milne was always saying that it was his wife and his young son who inspired him to write the poems and stories for children. Sometimes it seemed to Milne that he should write something more important, like a detective story. In fact, in 1922 he wrote a detective novel, The Red House Mystery, as well as many novels, essays, short stories, and poems. He wrote over 25 plays, and his autobiography is Too Late Now, published in 1939. When he died 30 years later, there was already no doubt that Alan Milne achieved the worldwide popularity, not as he wished due to his plays and novels, but to adventures of Winnie the Pooh Bear. The Pooh books are favorites with old and young alike, and have been translated into many languages.
А тепер я вам пропоную fun time. Winnie the Pooh Owl's House. Watch the video and answer the questions. Подивіться відео та дайте відповіді на запитання. Ready? So let's start.
Deep in a place known as the 100-Acre Wood plays a boy named Christopher Robin. And these are some of the wondrous adventures that he and his friends have been on. On one very blustery day indeed, poor little Piglet found that his small size was no match for the rather large wind that was fiercely blowing.
Happy Wednesday, Piglet. Oh, I'm unraveling. Hang on on tight, Piglet.
Who is it?
It's me. Please, may I come in?
Well, I say now, someone has pasted Piglet on my window. Well, well, pooh too. Do come in and make yourselves comfortable.
No.
Am I correct in assuming it's a rather blustery day outside?
Yes, sir, Al. It's a very, very blustery day.
That reminds me. Happy Wednesday, Owl.
My good fellow, I wouldn't go as far as to call it a Wednesday.
No. Is there honey in that pot?
Oh, yes, of course. Help yourself. Now, as I was saying, this is just a mild spring zephyr compared to the big wind of 67. Oh, I remember the big blow well.
I'll remember this one, too.
It was the year my Aunt Clara went to visit her cousin. Now, her cousin was not only gifted on the glockenspiel, but being a screech owl, also sang soprano with the London Opera.
Thank you, Piglet.
You see, her constant practicing so unnerved my aunt that she laid a seagull egg by mistake. Oh! Well, I say now, someone has... Pooh, did you do that?
I don't think so.
But though for Pooh and his honey it was a happy Wednesday indeed, the same couldn't be said for Owl and his house. But how they fixed it is a story that will have to wait for an entirely different time.
So, let's answer some questions. Question number 1. What is the weather like in the 100-acre wood? Is it sunny? Or maybe is it rainy or windy, as you think? Do you remember what color is Elle's house? Maybe brown or yellow? Okay. Question number 3. Piglet and Winnie were behind the window, the door, the corner. Question number 4. A honey pot stands in a cupboard, on the table, or on the floor. And the last question. Why was the house destroyed? Think.